So in this video, I will show you how to create beautiful soft light just by understanding the principle behind balancing your ambient light to your artificial light, and again show you how I created this image. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and would want to learn more about off-camera flash photography or maybe just photography in general, then this channel is for you. So you might want to consider subscribing, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. So creating beautiful soft light is basically on this premise. You get the biggest light source that you can get, and that will create soft light. However, one thing that you have to consider is that sometimes the light is already soft, but you just need to add a little bit of contrast. And that's exactly what I did with the image that I showed you earlier. I created a beautiful soft light, but I also used my existing ambient light to fill in my shadows. What do I mean by that? Ambient light is the light that is in existence in the scene that when you get there. It could be the sun, or it could be, in this case that you will see later, it's basically the sun plus light that's coming through the window. So it's basically just the sun. But it just wasn't enough, so I needed to find a way to supplement it with artificial light, which in this case is this one, my Nanlite 300B. What is this Nanlite 300B? Basically, it's a 300 watt bicolor LED light. And one thing that I like about this particular light is that, again, as I said, it's bicolor. In other words, it allows me to match the color temperature of my ambient light to this, my artificial light. Plus, since it is 300 watts, it is really powerful. So in particular situations, let's say in a cloudy day or indoor, this is actually a perfect light to have, because natural light also, continuous light also is generally softer already than flash, okay? So normally in situations like this, let me show you now, is that you would want to put a big modifier like a 120 cm, which I had at the time. I actually had a 120 cm octabox with me. Though I realized that the wall and the window, the wall and the ceiling would actually create a bigger light source than that of a 120 cm octabank. So having the light here with a standard reflector, this is just a standard reflector for me to be able to control the spill and give a little bit of direction of the light. I was able to direct it to this, and by angle of incidence, it will bounce back in this general direction. Now, why is that important? Because I wanted it to seem as if it came from this window, because you will see in the final image, there is a window here also, and I wanted to match the direction of that light. So by having it pointed towards this general direction, I had it go down in this angle, creating now a balance between this this artificial light and that of my existing ambient light. Oh, by the way, I shot this scene using my Sony a7R Mark IV and the beautiful 50mm 1.2 GM, and the settings were 1/125 f1.2 ISO 100. Basically, I had my existing ambient light slightly underexposed, maybe about 1 or 2/3 underexposed, because as I said, it really did, as you can see here, give good ambient light. However, if I exposed for the subject's face, I will be overexposing all the details here, which I didn't want to do. That's why I added my artificial light to balance the light. And this was the actual output straight out of camera. This is the raw image. You can see there's still a lot of junk here that, to be honest, I should have removed physically, but now I have to remove it via post. But it would have been so much easier for me to just remove it during the time of the shoot. You could see that the light direction is coming from here, even though there is light coming from here. This one now serves as my hair light, which I basically use my existing ambient light as hair light, and an overall fill light just to open up the shadows here. And as you can see here with the behind the scenes, the light is coming from this general direction, and that is the light that you see right here. So it is a very good balance now of your existing ambient light and your artificial light, because number one, I was able to balance the power of my ambient light to my artificial light, which is again this one, my Nanlite 300B, plus I was able to match the color because this is a bicolor light. Okay, here is the raw image, and let me show you how I would quickly process this image. So let me open the raw file. I'll just press auto and basically try to look at how it looks like now. And then from there, just maybe just make it a little bit brighter. Shadows, open it up a little. Reduce a little bit of contrast because I really like this one to be very light and airy. Maybe there, adjust my white balance a bit to make it warmer. And then the best way to remove that ugly thing there, just crop the image, or okay, instead of cropping, let me just clone it. So let me now open it up in Photoshop. So this is going to be a relatively quick edit. Actually, it would have been a lot faster if I didn't make this mistake and remove this already during the time that I was shooting. So basically, I'll just do this. I'll get this part here. No, that's too much. I'll get this part here. Right there. Make a new layer. Press Command T for transform. Hold down the Shift key so that I don't constrain to proportion, and just basically do that. That's how quick and easy it was to remove that one, though it would have been easier for me to just remove it when I was shooting, but I gotta live with that. I see something here that I don't like. This one again, maybe I should have seen that while I was shooting. So now I have to remove it in post. There, just, you know, just being OC a bit. And then afterwards, all I have to do now is do my basic sharpening, contrast sharpening here. There. And once I have my sharpening done, because my sharpening will only be on the subject, I will now mask it back. I'll just do the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Beautiful, beautiful mother, actually. Look, flawless skin. And of course, just sharpen the rest of the dress. And from there, all we gotta do is press Command S to save. Save it wherever you want to save it. There, for example, there in Reggie, we'll save it there in Reggie. And finally, if I want to upload it in Facebook or Instagram, I have here my web upload action, and it just does the normal sharpening and conversion to sRGB. And that is the final image. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy that, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And for you guys who want to learn a little bit more, I basically hold one-on-one online workshops, the details of which I will leave in the description below. And again, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.